Okay, so hey, black women, I'm quite sure you guys have heard about this video that I hope goes viral. It is from a TikToker that I usually watch. Her name is I Am Juice TV. She has an article on here, right, about a guy who's supposed to be one of these dudes that a lot of these relationship black women are on here telling girls to try to get involved with, and not really pointing out the risks and the fact that during the time when black femicide is running high and you have all of this black male hate and misogyny, and correctly black misogyny, les misogynes noirs, and the fact that these dudes just hate black women because they feel emasculated by society and they hate themselves. She has two videos on here that are quite alarming. She has this one where you see she has two videos, one above the other. One is a little bit longer than the other on 2 different days, where she discusses this young black woman who's extremely beautiful, who was killed by her supposedly well-to-do boyfriend. This man gouged out her eyes, cut out her vagina, and cut off her breasts. That is malicious, it's devilish, it's disgusting. It speaks to a sense of insecurity that is so bad he needs to be institutionalized. It is gross beyond understanding, because a person would literally have to sit there and take almost an hour to cut out a woman's vagina. Do you know how hard it is to cut out bone? Okay? So this was some intentional, devious, sick shit. This is the reason why I tell you, black women, regardless of all the excuses everybody wants to give you, both black women and black males, stay the fuck away from these black males. They hurt you, and they live to kill you and to maim and mutilate you, because they are nothing in society and nothing in life. So therefore, they try to take away everything from you and yours. Everybody who loves you, they try to destroy them. So you have this video here, and then when you go a little further to the right, you have this video where she's giving an update on a 20-year-old man arrested for killing a Home Depot worker that was revealed to be her baby daddy, right? The man premeditated shooting his own mother, who's now charged with the murder. It is so much ignorance. It is crazy. But I'm going to play both of these clips for you. Give this girl her credit, because it is incredible, the shit that she's talking about, and the amount of gruesomeness, torture, and understand it, black women, especially young black girls, the hatred these black males have for you. Please stay away from them all. Stop dating them. Stop marrying them. Stop having children with them. Leave them alone. Let them go kill other women.
Child. Can somebody come over here and look at this? Man kills girlfriend and mutilates her body. Mom found her with no breasts, no vagina, and no eyes. Yo, this is some real demonic type of things. Like, what? See, and after reading, because basically the girl's mom was saying that, they were dating for 3 years. He was taking care of her financially, giving her everything that she wanted, and basically changed her life. And honestly, ladies and the young women of today, please hear me when I say this. Everything that glitter is not gold, beloved. It's not. And not every single man that has money is this demonic or might go this overboard. But you never want to put yourself in a bad situation. And there's a lot of times where you hear men who have money, sometimes they feel like you are their property, especially if they're doing a lot for you. My condolences goes out to this girl, her family. You know, this is just lost for words, yo. Like, you did what? Child. Sometimes you hear these stories and you really have to ask yourself sometimes, like, really? Is this for real? This gotta be a movie, a skit, or something. People really are not out here doing stuff like this. The sad truth is, they are. So I first learned about this story yesterday, but all the information that they had was a young man walked into a Home Depot in somewhere in Florida. I'll list it in the caption, and fatally shot a young lady. The young lady is at the top right here. Now today, with more information and updates, we learned that the gentleman's name is Keith and the young lady's name was Brooklyn. Keith and Brooklyn were in a relationship at a point in time. They also shared a 2-year-old daughter together. Brooklyn's brother stated that there was a lot of domestic violence between the two, and he was aware of one situation, but by that time, Brooklyn had already taken the proper steps to separate herself from Keith, which I'm guessing she most likely filed a restraining order. But not only did Keith plan to kill Brooklyn, the mother of his child, but get this, y'all, his mother right here, Sheila, helped him plan the whole thing. Child, and that's not even it, y'all. She even had Brooklyn and her daughter with her at the time. Hold on. She even had Brooklyn and her daughter with her while she was texting her son, letting him know her entire movements, where to meet her and what time to meet her. Now, for some odd reason, which they're dumb as fuck, they thought that by deleting the text messages was going to save them. Well, Keith ended up getting arrested on the same exact day. He tried to run, but evidently he couldn't run anymore, and he turned himself in. But it really didn't matter because, according to the text messages, he knew he was going to jail, and he really didn't care because he felt like Brooklyn cost him too much money and whatever else he said. So he felt like this was going to be the complete satisfaction for what she caused him or what he had to endure. So I'm not exactly sure if Brooklyn worked at the Home Depot. I'm guessing that Keith's mom, Sheila, did, because in the text message, she was stating, oh, don't text me anymore, I'm at work, and telling him exactly what part of the store to find Brooklyn in. Y'all, and then this fucking bitch, after the killing, she showed up to her balloon release, y'all, with crocodile tears and acting like she was just as shooken up as everybody else. How disgusting, how inhumane. You're a despicable human being. Absolutely despicable. Even in the text messages, she was letting Keith know that she don't care. Hurry up and do it. Just make sure that he doesn't get caught up and shoot her or her car. She even tried to antagonize him, saying, oh, if you don't do it, you're a real curse word. And y'all, this story is just so freaking wild because at the end of the day, you selfish motherfuckers, you leave a 2-year-old motherless. Now she has to grow up in this world without a mother that she barely knew. At the young, tender age of 2, you don't know much. You're just learning the world. I never quite understood how people felt the need or felt that entitlement to take somebody's life away. How dare you? I hope the both of you rot in jail. And I definitely hope you get the chair, because you both deserve it. My condolences to Brooklyn's parents, her family. Rest in peace, baby girl. You definitely didn't deserve that.
See, I put that dude in here who was talking that dumb shit about 67% and how, again, trying to blame black women for the murders and the killings and the domestic violence and child homicide and sexual assault these ignorant ass black males commit in our households, as if it's the blame and guilt should be placed on the women instead of who's actually committing the murders and the crimes and the sexual assaults. He is one of the many black males that's full of shit, like all the rest of these dumb bastards that come to my page trying to use every excuse in the book, but except to own up, right? And deal with the fact that you are the problem. No one else. You're the problem. Period. No other way about it. And after I'm done showing you this next clip, I'm going to show you the black women they've killed thus far from the registry of black women who are keeping and picking up the mantle of black femicide started and left by Rosa. Watch this. Just to show you that all that bullshit he's talking about, what black men are not doing, they're killing black women every day and human trafficking little girls and killing children and sexually assaulting them. They're doing that. No white man, no Hispanic, no Asian. It's all black males. Period. Old motherfuckers, young motherfuckers. But black males, none the goddamn less. Deal with it, motherfuckers, and go deal with your problems. Go seek some goddamn therapy.
That would be 1,344 homicides a year on black women, which is not true. Where is y'all getting this false statistic? You're right, that's not true. What is true is that 1,821 black women were killed in 2020, as you can see right here. This article misquotes it and says 1,440. Still more than what you said wasn't true. And again, 5 black women and girls were killed every day in 2020. Okay, and Yahoo, 1,821 black women and girls killed in 2020. The highest homicide rate across all women. I don't know what it is that made you come on here and tell me that I was lying about something that you could clearly and easily Google. But denying this crisis isn't helping anyone. It is not just an issue of proximity. As you can see, black women and girls in the US are 4 times more likely to die by violence than white or Hispanic women. White and Hispanic women have a close proximity to white and Hispanic men. I don't know what else I could actually say about this because you can clearly read this for yourself. That would be one.
Salau, a beautiful black activist who, even though she was SA'd by a BLK man, she still was out there marching and fighting for BLM and black lives. But she didn't give her life away because some officer took her out or she got trampled by a crowd of people. No, unfortunately, no. On June 6th, she disappeared after protesting in Tallahassee. A missing persons report was filed on the evening of June 6th. Residents of the community searched for her, and on June 13th, Toyin and Victoria Sims were found unalived right down the street from a man named Aaron Glee Jr.'s home. He was arrested on June 14th and eventually admitted to unaliving and raping Toyin. So on the 3rd anniversary of her unaliving, I just want to honor her today. And I just want to remind black women that it doesn't really matter how hard you fight for something broken, it will still cut you. You could be picking up the pieces, you can be trying your best to glue it together, and it will still hurt you. She was marching for these men. She was literally giving her youth to ensure that they had some sort of protections, risking her life. And it didn't matter because a BLK MAN still took her life, and very violently. Black femicide is a hate crime, and black women are primarily unalived by a black male. When y'all ask why my activism only focuses on black women and girls, it's because of ish like this. Black women, it is not worth it. It is not worth it, and you know exactly what I'm talking about. Stay safe.
This past week, I had to call the police on a black man. This man has asked me out several times, and I have declined him each and every time. So imagine my surprise when I get a notification that motion has been detected at my front door. I check my camera, and it is the same man with his ear pressed to my door. He doesn't knock and he doesn't ring the doorbell. He is just there, listening. Or trying to listen, I guess, to see if I'm inside. Of course, it does not end there. I see him on my camera several times over the next few days, even at midnight. Now, of course, this is not the first time I've encountered a weirdo, a creep, a man that was not able to handle rejection. For years, we have seen headlines of women getting abused and hurt, all because she dared to reject a man. And we have seen these headlines from all over the world. Men are dangerous. Women are afraid of men. Femicide rates are up. Men are also afraid of men. But instead of just admitting that, they find a way to blame the woman for getting hurt. And they peddle this idea that you need a man to protect you from these scary men that are out there, even though those said men are afraid of these scary men, while neglecting to tell you that if you piss off your protector man enough, or if you decide to reject your protector man, he then becomes the man that you need protecting against. And it is a constant cycle. Yeah, not all men, not all men. And every Caucasian didn't own slaves. Be for real. All right, so this past week, I had to call the police on a man.
So this is a suggested case that comes from the family of Khadijah Derry. Khadijah was a 22-year-old from San Antonio, Texas. Her family describes her as a class act who was full of life. Her smile would light up an entire room. Khadijah graduated from Sam Houston High School and was a star athlete. She received a full ride scholarship for basketball. Even after she moved on to college, she still mentored the youth at her old high school. A little before 8 p.m. on Wednesday, December 6, 2023, Khadijah was sitting in her car outside of her home in the 8900 block of Arundel Garden in Converse, Texas. Two people came up to her car and opened fire. Sadly, Khadijah was struck and she passed away. Khadijah's family believes that this was a targeted crime, but Kaquanda Perkins, Khadijah's mother, stated that nothing that she did in her life would grant her to be a target of such a brutal crime. She went on to say that normally she drove her daughter everywhere. Now, when being interviewed by KSAT 12 News, one of the things that Kaquanda said nearly broke my heart. She said, and I quote, "I regret the fact that I wasn't driving because as a mother, I would have taken all of those bullets for my baby to still be here." Sadly, around the same time, the case of Savannah Soto and Matthew Guerrera happened in San Antonio as well. And that seemed to take precedence over everything else that the SAPD was investigating. Khadijah's family says that there is surveillance footage and an IP address that was found. Now, though there was evidence and there were two suspects in Khadijah's case, those suspects were actually arrested for another crime, not Khadijah's murder. The family is looking for Converse PD, Bexar County PD, and SAPD to give Khadijah's case the same attention that Savannah and Matthew's case received. Anyone with information regarding the murder of Khadijah Derry is encouraged to contact the Converse Police Department Investigative Section at 210-658-2322. The sources used for this video were, of course, Khadijah's family, as well as KSAT 12 News, News 4 San Antonio, and KENS5.
You can do outside of killing the black women we have.
All right, so quickly go back and watch that video, okay, because it's disturbing. It's very disturbing. And this is why black women need to arm themselves at all costs. And when I mean arm ourselves, I mean with our little, Gloctavia. And not only with that, but spiritually. Spiritually arm ourselves. Spiritually protect ourselves. Spiritually protect young girls, because you have black males really making podcasts explaining how they have to unalive black women, older black women, and take the young black girls as wives. Basically, he was quoting a biblical story of what they used to do back then, how the Israelites used to go and commit genocide and take the young girls from that village. And this is the thing. What he said is actually reflecting it's reflecting the CDC. It's reflecting statistics. Black women and the femicide is actually really, really high. And nobody is doing anything about it. No one is really marching. You don't see nobody's marching about it. We're literally, black women are the only ones that are speaking out against this. But again, we get shut down. No one is really listening. And again, this is a spiritual thing, right? With these black males in our community, they are so sick and out of their mind and so spellbound to the point to where they are actually talking about unaliving black women. This is their words, because they think they deemed us evil, right? And I have another video that I'm going to make in regards to this is what happens when we don't hold black males accountable. And we never held them accountable, even in the household that they grew up in. Their mothers never held them accountable. Their community never held them accountable. So
every day in 2020, 4 black women or girls were murdered. The biggest driver behind those murders was intimate partner violence. And in fact, at least 45% of black women and girls have been raped, sexually assaulted, physically assaulted, or stalked by an intimate partner in their lifetime. So when you open your mouth to defend a man or men that have assaulted, pulled a gun on, and threatened multiple black women, you've lost your mind. Don't do it. Clearly, audacity and femicide are at an all-time high.
Do this! I'm not worried about it! I'm not worried about any of this! I'm done! Do what you want! I didn't do fucking shit! I didn't fucking do this! I'm not worried about it! I'm not worried about any of this! I'm done! Do what you want! I didn't do fucking shit! I didn't fucking do this! I'm not worried about it! I'm not worried about any of this! I'm done! Do what you want! I didn't do fucking shit! I didn't fucking do this! I'm not worried about it! I'm not worried about any of this! I'm done!
So I'm sure by now we've all heard about another black woman being found murdered by her intimate partner, because this literally been happening all 2023. So I seen that another black woman had got murdered, and it got me to thinking, what is the number of black women getting killed by the spouses in their lives? Like, because I swear, every other day, I'm seeing another black woman has been murdered by the person she loved. So I go and I find this article. And it says, every day in 2020, at least, at the minimum, at least 4 black women or 4 black girls were murdered. So me, I'm not good at math. I gotta go pull out my calculator. How many women is that? At least. What's the minimum amount of black women that are murdered by the people that they love and are intimate with? 1,460 black women died at a minimum in the year 2020. Black women. And I'm speaking to myself because I've been sad and, oh, nobody wants me. I'm so lonely. Dead outside your race. Oh, I only want to love black men. Black women, look what they're doing to us. They don't like us. We're out here loving these men and these women, and they don't even love us or even like us, or they're just tolerating us. And as soon as we get in on their nerves, they want. That is ridiculous. This article says at a minimum, in 2020. The ones that they found out and that they knew about was a domestic violence case, was an intimate partner that did it to the black woman. It was 1,460 black women and girls. That is a large number. It's scary. You want to love you a black man out here, and then you see things like this. This year on TikTok, how many black women have y'all seen on here that their family is like, oh, her partner killed her, or you see a true crime about how her partner, and this is not just a black woman issue, this is a man issue. They don't like us. They don't like us. The numbers are right there. If men had their way, if they didn't need us to produce their babies, they would just, every woman in the world. The number's right there. So if at a minimum in 2020, 1,460 black women died, how many women do you think of all races in America died in 2020 at the hands of an intimate partner who didn't want to let her go, who didn't want to hear the word no, who didn't like the words that were coming out her mouth, who thought her mouth was too smart, he had to put her in her place, and it just went a little too far? How many women? So let's do the math. So since 2020, you're talking for black women alone, I don't know math, so I'm going to take out the 60. 14 times 3, I can't do that. That's a lot of math. We're looking at over 5,000 black women alone have been killed by their intimate partners since 2020. That is a scary statistic as a black woman who wants to be loved and be married. No, I'm scared of men because how do I know if you really like me or you just want to put me in my place? And are you going to hurt me? Are you going to harm me? This is ridiculous. Then y'all out here crying about, why do y'all want to be single? The numbers. Right here. This is why we want to be single. I don't want to be a part of the 1,400. Minimum. That's the minimum that possibly died in 2020. And it feels like it's been an even bigger rise of that in the last 2 to 3 years. So I'm going to say we probably have lost probably about 6,000 black women, 7,000 black women in the last 3 years to the hands of the people that they loved and they were trying to just love and they just wanted them to love them back. And instead of these people saying, I don't want you, I don't want to be with you, I don't even like you, they choose to take these women and just take their lives. I seen a TikTok here not too recently. Y'all probably seen it too. It was but it was like a newscast where this woman was in the van, a black woman in the van with her kids. And the man that she had been with since high school and gave 11 kids to. That man shot her in front of her kids and left her for dead in that van, and her babies had to go get help. She's alive, thank God. But black men, before y'all come talking to black women, y'all need to be talking to your homeboys about why it's not okay for him to put his hands on a woman. And it don't even just be the women that they're fucking. It be their mamas, their grannies. Black men, y'all have a problem with your fucking hands. And it's in the numbers. Because y'all out here putting your hands on your mamas when she don't want to do what you want to say. Putting your hands on your granny when she giving you the rules to her house. Y'all putting your hands on your sisters. It was literally just a little TikTok trend going around where black women were like, yeah, my brother hit me. Thank God my brother ain't never hit me. Black men. Your brothers in 2020 killed 1,460 black women at a minimum. Black men. A black man, instead of letting this lady go in Charlotte, killed her, then passed out in her car, left her miles from her house. He could have just let her go. Black men. The little girl who did the TikToks and they was like, oh, they were so in love. And then he killed her. Don't come talking to me as a black woman on why are y'all not wanting to save black men anymore? I don't want to be a part of this percent. Y'all scare me. Y'all scare me. It's like, this is the scariest shit ever. To want to love a black man and you might be a part of this? That's scary. So before y'all come addressing black women and asking us why we don't want to follow y'all, go get your homeboys, get them in order, then come back. In 2020, at a minimum, 1,460 black women, and this is just black women. We're not talking about all the races of women in America. Just black women were murdered by somebody they love, that they were sleeping next to every motherfucking night, that they gave their heart, their body, and soul to. And instead of that person saying, I don't like you no more, they just want them women. Now, I'm a woman's woman, but I'm really pro-black woman, so I really don't know the statistics for all women. But like I said, since 2020, at least 5,000 to 7,000 black women, according to the statistics, have been murdered by their spouse. So we're looking at like probably about 50,000 women a year are murdered at the hands of the people they just want love from. And then as we as women are starting to say, you know what, I don't like that, I don't want to be a part of this statistic, y'all get mad and harass us. But instead of harassing us, go see how you can fix the problem. You know how you fix the problem? Men only want to impress other men. So start telling your homeboys it's not cool to hit women. You're a bitch for that. Bro, why are you yelling at her? Why are you hitting her? You don't want to be with her, leave her. Men only listen to other men. So until other men start telling men that it's a bitch-ass move, because even if you're not doing it, if you don't speak up, you are a part of the problem. You're a part of this problem. And you can't say you love black women and not speak up for us when this is happening to us by the men who look like us. This is happening to us by the men we love, we birth, we raise. They're doing this to us. I'm sure some other races mix up in here, but a majority of black women love black men. So it's the men that we are raising and birthing and trying to love that are doing this to us, because he's mad his daddy left him and he got stuck with his mama. So now he hates all women because his mama had to be the daddy and the mama and make the money and pay the bills. So now he hates all women and he has to beat a woman because she needs to feel better than that woman. And so because he's mad at his daddy and he got daddy issues, he out here doing this to black women. It's sad. It's sad.
Yeah, that sister is right. It is very sad. And as I watched those videos, right, and I was reflecting on how we didn't take Rosa seriously when she was here, or Cha-Cha, or I forget the other lady's name that was with them. It's so bad, you know. And now that Rosa and those other, one Cha-Cha died, and the other lady, I can't remember her name, who was going to have the rally in California, but then canceled at the last minute without word, because I went all the way out there to support it. She's no longer really doing anything for Black Femicide, but she has a Black women's nonprofit where she helps Black women pay their rent, make ends meet, and live every day, day to day. So that's a beautiful thing. But despite what happened with Rosa and the money and etc., I know it's a fucking shame that we belittled, harassed, and tormented Rosa to the point where she left. And now we have no one to garner the attention, the news people, and to activate the Black women community the way that we should, to get Black femicide addressed as expediently as we need to, right? And to have shit done as expeditiously. Now, we do have representatives in many states taking up the charge where they're creating laws. They have created the Ebony Alert. They are working on human trafficking now in more cities than you know, to stop these Black males from selling our little black girls. And I just heard that they're going to have a federal law as well, so that they can't hide and they can't run nowhere anymore, not even internationally, right? So I think that's all very wonderful. But if Rosa, you're in the sound of my voice, please reach out to me or anybody that was at your last march in Washington, D.C., and let us know what we can do or how we can get to the point you were to bring attention to black femicide, or just fuck it, come back, fuck it, and help the black women, because they desperately need help, because they're not listening and they're not paying attention to the black women who are falling and dying every day. It's terrible, but they're not listening. And it doesn't help that they have all these black males on here trying to corrupt their mind and gaslight and manipulate them into staying with them and becoming human resources for them so they can be homosexuals on somebody's couch, until one day they get up and kill the black woman that they're staying with, using her money up and eating all the food up from, kill her and her kids in the home, and then just walk away, go into jail for a small amount of time, come back out and kill another black woman again. It has to stop. And the way it does stop black women is that you don't give them access to you. Stop dating them. Stop marrying them. Stop having their children. Stop dealing with them altogether. There's so many other men in this world. Go grab one of them. Leave every black male alone you encounter. They are dangerous to our health. They are killing us. When this woman spoke about how many women die at the minimum each year by the hands of black males, she was multiplying 4 by every year to date, to be a matter of fact. From the 2020, when they started the study, right, as of COVID, to present, which is 2024, there have been a total of 200,000 black women killed by black femicide by the hands of black males, either in an intimate relationship, a stalking situation, or an ex-boyfriend or ex-husband. And little girls too. And there is one website that I know of. If there are any more, you guys please put them in the comment section so I can find them and expose them and make a video about them. That worked the way Rosa was trying to advocate for the registry for black men, so that they could be identified as black femicide offenders, so that other black women would know them by face and by pedigree, so that they would avoid them at all costs. Or if they tried to approach them on some bullshit, just take their life, take them the fuck out of here in the way that they should be by the government. But I really do believe the government is going to get around to doing that, because it's becoming such a problem that Chicago just came out with their 21-year investigative report on the crimes in black femicide committed against black women in Chicago. Then you had another thing done in Memphis. You had something done in Minnesota. You have it going on in Georgia. There are quite a few people now creating these task force and these committees to investigate and research the findings. And it's not looking good for black males. But until this government comes out and full force makes black femicide a real hate crime, where either it's punishable by death or life imprisonment, we're still going to have a problem. I think that black women need to rally for an executive order against black males specifically, and black femicide and child homicide. I still have the petitions on my channel, where you can sign the petition for against black femicide and for the death penalty for black males who commit black femicide. It's a disgusting thing, and it's a thing that these black males only are able to do when they're in the households with us. And that portion of the black femicide, we black women have all the control over, because we don't have to have them in our homes. We don't have to be in relationships with them. And we don't ever have to be in a position where we are that vulnerable to them, where we allow them to blow our brains out and do all of these things that intimate closeness allows people the opportunity to harm you or to take your life. So if you stop dating them, stop having sex with them, stop having children with them, and stop trying to marry them, you eliminate 50% of the problem. The other 50% of the problem, the way you eliminate it, is by always being armed with some type of weapon. Buying body armor to protect yourself. They have bulletproof vests, pants, jackets, coats, hoodies with the bulletproof hood. They also have bulletproof backpacks. They have bulletproof clothing and things for children as well. They have bulletproof panels you can put in your car to protect yourself against neighborhoods where you live in where idiots like to shoot people in their cars. You just have to get on point and start actually doing the due diligence of learning what is out there, ordering it, buying it, setting yourself up, and being prepared to execute when you got to. Learn the laws of your state so that when someone tries to take your life and you have to take theirs without hesitation, you do it. And you make sure that you have all the evidentiary support to show to the police and the judge that this person was basically just trying to kill you for no reason at all. This is what black males do. They come online, they try to swear up and down because they never want to take accountability for anything that, oh, we're not killing black women, we're not harming children, we're not raping people, we're not killing children, when they do it every day. Somewhere in America every day, there is a black woman or a black girl being killed, sexually assaulted, or physically harmed in their household or in their close proximity. Don't believe the shit they say. When you see them, recognize them as danger. See them as the grim fucking reaper when they come your way or they're near you, and get away from them. Do not assist them. Do not help them. Do not speak to them. Avoid them. The way that they like to run around on YouTube, hate speech in black women, degrading us, devaluing us, disrespecting us, beautiful. Stay that way, motherfucker. Go get your passports. Go get your white bitches and everybody else. Get the fuck away from us. Never come over here next to us again. You can make all that content you want. Just stay the fuck away from black women. And black women, do yourself a favor. It's the beginning of the year. Make yourself a real, I want to live resolution. I want to live because I will not have another black male in my life at any point. Not as a romantic interest, not as a friendly associate. Nothing. I don't need shit from you. Stay the fuck away from me. Let them go about their life. Let them die out when they die out, and let black women continue. This is some bullshit. It has to stop. It will only stop when you, black women, stop fucking them, stop being with them, stop having children with them, and stop thinking that you're going to find one that you can live with. I seen a damn video today about a black woman that was killed. I believe it was on Unbiased and Unboss's page, about a young lady that her name was Stephanie Ingram. Oh God, that was the first time I called the woman's name. Infanticide. She had 4 children. The youngest child was only 2 weeks old when the idiot she got involved with all of his mental inner crisis and wounded child inside, he got jealous because she needed to make extra money, so she created OnlyFans, and he killed her and then he killed himself. And he had no thought about her children and how he was destroying their lives too, and creating maniacs and lunatics for the future, because they probably won't get all of the intensive therapy they need to recover from that. And these losers don't care about anybody but themselves, which is why y'all need to stay away from them. They don't even care about you. All they care about is what they get from you, whether it's pussy, money, a place to stay, stroking his bullshit whack ego, or obedience. The shit that they cry and scream and crave like a fucking crackhead all day online about, oh, black women need to be submissive. I need somebody to listen to me now, because I ain't shit. Nobody acknowledges me, but they do see me for the fact that I ain't shit as a black male. And so I need to punch down on black women to make myself feel like I'm somebody. It's oh God, it's too much. And as a black woman, nobody feels our pain but those of us who want to respect each other. Because even you have some silly bitches on here like Shay Sade who makes up excuses for black men. It's fucking ridiculous. We got to stand up against this. And right now, I'm going to show you that website of all these black women they done killed. Watch this. Here are the women from the Black Girl Tragic website that shows you all of the women that were taken from 23 into 24. You see the dates? I'll come closer for you to see the dates. This is let me turn it this way. This is our women that they're killing, that everybody keeps trying to pretend like isn't happening. These are our women that they're taking. Yes, these are all our women, and you can see the dates of when they were deceased. Let me start from the beginning again. So these women are recorded as of January 18th. All the way back to, I think, the latest ones are, what I'm saying is September 23. Yeah, all the way back to September of 2023. And we all know Serena Jameson. She's from this Chicago. See the young lady with the blonde swirls in her hair, curl swirls? She is from the Chicago 21-year documentary of crime and black femicide against black women. She is the young lady that was carjacked, attempted carjacked at the gas station with her Jeep, and then later strangled to death by her geriatric boyfriend who she cohabitated with. And these are the rest of our dear sisters who have fallen and who were taken by these grisly monsters that you all refer to as black males, who I cannot stand and wish did not exist on the face of this earth. And if black women would only come together and stop dating them, stop marrying them, stop having their children, stop dating them, they literally would become Black history and a thing of the past, because they're not good for black women. Their hatred towards black women is something that is horrific and needs to stop. And the only way that you can do that is to just stop dealing with them altogether, to the point where they grow old, they die out, and they are not born anymore by black women. That is the goal. Here's the black woman at the end. Melissa Mooney, the model that was found in California in that luxury high-rise. It's so sad, because all of these women, right? All of them had people who loved them, children who missed them and who needed their guidance and their love, and to be hugged by them the entire time they grew into adulthood. And it is not fair, nor is it right, that these black pieces of shit that they call black males get to take these women's lives as if these women are things instead of human beings that have value and whose lives are not theirs to be taken. So goddamn it, I say an eye for an eye. If they want to hurt you, you better make sure you hurt them first, or your family needs to start getting them after they get you. It's at a point where it needs to stop, no matter what the damn cost. Good night, black women. I'm emotionally spent.